So we've got a quick two-part question for trading a profit over the Cheltenham Festival. Okay, so the first part, where should you be focusing your attention over the coming week with the Cheltenham Festival if you're looking to trade the exchange markets? So there's a few things to say on this. It's quite an easy one to answer. First one, from my perspective anyway, is follow the money. With Cheltenham, there's going to be increased money, increased liquidity, increased activity, increased courage, increased everything, increased opportunity. So follow the money, and you're probably best on focusing the majority of your attention on the Cheltenham Festival races because there is that increased opportunity. So the Cheltenham races will have far more liquidity and the coverage will start far earlier. So that also means your trading window, your potential trading window, depending on how you trade, because again, it's always subjective. How do you trade? What are you trying to achieve? Are you looking for a swing? Are you looking for a scalp? Are you looking to use larger stakes, etc.? But you've got a larger window to do it in. Larger window with more volume to do it in. So you can start that bit earlier. Also, depending on your bank size, you know, your level of how advanced you are, whether you're more intermediate, you may want to get your Q positions into the market earlier. I say that because there's going to be more unmatched money stacked in the market and you don't want to be sat at the top. The more you're sat at the top, the more you're exposed for a longer period of time, whether you've got an open trade or whether you're looking to get in on one. You know, it can be frustrating at times. Sometimes at Cheltenham as well. I guess patience comes into this, you know. Sometimes at Cheltenham you'll find yourself sat with an open position trying to get the exit filled for a very long time, and then something else will change in the market and you have to close out for a scratch. It's just part and parcel. It will happen at one point or another, so you need to be patient. It also is why bank size can become a little bit of an advantage over Cheltenham, because if you've got a larger bank you can scatter more orders in the market. You can have better Q positions without having to pin all your hopes and dreams on one particular trade or getting, you know, a couple of stakes through the market, be it back or lay. So it's important to focus on what you're doing. Start earlier, have a bit more patience, and if you can, up your bankroll. Not because you want to bet more, not because you want to get more money matched. You don't want to overexpose yourself, because you want to give yourself that freedom and opportunity to have money in the market at valuable positions rather than waiting at the back of the queue all the time. So, gone off on a bit of a tangent there, I think, already. Where else should you focus over the Cheltenham Festival and trading? Okay, I'll tell you where you shouldn't focus, and that will be some of the lower grade races in between. I do trade them as well, myself, and I'm not saying you shouldn't trade them at all, but you should be very careful about what you do and don't trade in between the Cheltenham races. I say that because everybody's attention and focus is going to be on the festival. That's where all the punters and the genuine money is going to be going, and the mug money and, you know, the invaluable bets that are in the market is going to be going. The races in between, yes, they still will trade. Yes, there will be money turned over and there will be opportunity. However, there'll be a hell of a lot more volatile. There'll be a lot more erratic. You'll find people will be overstaking when they're trading at points, which will just add to the volatility. You'll also find the very large players that manipulate the market and bounce it around. They're going to have their bank fully loaded. They're going to be looking for these mistakes and people getting into bad positions. And you will see it. I see it every single year. On the races in between, somebody gets caught and you see that other people, very large people in the market, far larger than myself, play with those people in the market and, you know, basically milk them for all they can. So you'll see novice traders overstaking and making mistakes on the races in between. And there's obviously a downside to them. As much as there's an upside to Cheltenham because of the increased coverage and all that kind of stuff, it's the complete opposite on the stuff in between. Nobody's looking at Southall, you know, on the all-weather, just as an example. So that's the first part. Second part, would I have a preference for laying first when trading the festival? Over years gone by, I think I've had a little bit of a preference towards laying. It is logical. A lot of the genuine mug money that comes in at invaluable prices within the market comes in on the back side of the book. So if you're sat there offering money in the market on the lay side, that's preferable. Although I'd say over time that's probably disappeared, to be honest. And I wouldn't really have a preference. I'd rather have a preference for finding the opportunity, following the opportunity, and offering right points within the market, rather than saying, hey, I'd rather lay than I'd rather back. I think that's very black and white. It's the wrong way to look at it. You can't base how good an opportunity is based on which side of the book a lot of the time. So yeah, that's pretty easy to answer, really. 2 questions for the festival. It's going to be extremely busy. I'll do my best to update where I can on the blog, so check it out. But yeah, have a good one if I don't see you before.